the previous recording, For the Love of You. Is it 2098? You know, in this recording coming together, I started at something like 2 in the morning, and it's now 4:36. And I've just been occupied, apparently, on that. It's not that long, it's only 15 minutes. But at each stage, when I stopped, I would rehear either all of it or part of it. So I'd been occupied for 2 or so hours on it. And time has just vanished as an entity in doing it. Do you see the abiding in heaven in the heaven of His glory is not in a time dimension. It absorbs eternity easily. It's a state of being that has something to do with who we really are, our personhood, and the personhood of God. Our being is, I'm not clear whether it's outside of all dimensions or somehow is in all dimensions. It's a staggering, bewildering, fantastic absorption or presence in all ways. We just are. Sort of suspended in well, I suppose His being. A wonder, a closeness, a divinity which is all absorbing, lost in wonder, love and praise. Love you, Dad. I can give you the parallel, the parable. It's when you look up at the night sky, those stars, each one incalculably brilliant, with spaces between them that are beyond your imagination in light years. You're looking at a pageant of history scattered across the heavens. You're looking across time, billions and billions of years of time, all at once. You are experiencing a trace of the awe and wonder of our Dad. A majesty that makes the Word look like nothing. A speck on the ground. Mum used to be taken with a poem, not a, it's a secular poem. Only a tiny man you are, you and your tiny wife, in your tiny home, in your tiny house, living your tiny life. And then something that doesn't sound very uplifting, but gives something of the immensity of space. No one out on the Milky Way, if anyone lives so far, would stop to stare at the flash and the flare that could end your tiny life. My mum was not Christian, you understand. But she was loving. And that is the key to heaven. When I found God, she said, "Oh, you'll grow out of it." Don't worship Mum and Dad. Don't worship your parents. Don't worship the wife. You can't keep a marriage that way. You have to be anchored on the eternal to keep them all forever. Remember that. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength. This is the first and great principle of life. Keep it ever close to you. It will guide you through eternity, forever. Yes. Mum wanted the best for me. God answered her prayer. I found him. So I reach back to make sure God finds her too. See, I can't enter without her. I can't enter without my earthly dad either. I can't enter without you. It's the Bodhisattva vow, isn't it? In a meaningfulness that is eternal. What would heaven be with one sad life left outside? My God is the God of all, for all live unto him. Who shall I say sent me? Tell them I am what I am. I am sent you. In the story, what is Jesus crucified for? Well, according to John, for saying that he's Son of God. We're children of God too. Crucified in what sense? Wow. we found that our self is as nothing compared to the love of our God for all live unto him. Thank you, Dad. You see, to sit at his feet is paradise. To just listen and be in the presence of him. Sometimes when someone's leading worship on stage, or they're on stage, I'm looking, the service is in full worship. I just think I'm transfixed on Jesus' face in them. The loveliness of God of this whole situation. I'm just sitting. I sit down on the ground. I'm at the feet of Jesus. Lost in wonder, love, and I don't know whether to say grace or praise. It's a Sunday school sort of picture, isn't it, on the wall of Jesus and the children. Love you, Lord. Just love you, Lord. Thank you, Dad. I reach out and put my hand on yours. Let me pray with you, dear one. Let me pray with you. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for your love for us, all of us, Lord. Your loving kindness is sweeter than life to us. We are your children, and we love you. By your grace, we love you. We are filled with the love of you. Your love for us, our love for you. We just love you, Lord. Thank you, Dad. You will go out with praise, be led forth in love. And the mountains and the hills will break forth before you. There'll be songs of praise. And all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. All the trees of the field shall clap their hands, shall clap their hands, shall clap their hands. And all the trees of the field will clap their hands when you go out in praise. You will go out with joy and be led forth with praise, and the mountains and the hills will break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. All the trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands when you go out in joy.